let me ask you this, Paul.
Ask me.
Before the show today,
Uh-huh.
what did you know about lithium?
I knew nothing. I knew that it was an element. That's about it.
Same here. Probably maybe same for some of the folks at home, but great news for everyone involved. We have a really awesome show today talking about a little bit more about the lithium industry, specifically fiberglass systems part in it.
Right, and we had some great people here to talk, Lauren and Gustavo, to talk about how fiberglass applies to the lithium industry.
Yeah, I think where this show sort of stands out was the palpable excitement these two had about the industry and about the technology and the future of it looking forward. It's really cool to
I think the conversation with Gustavo probably could have gone on a lot longer.
Yeah, I think we could
did.
have talked all day.
So,
and I mean, hey, if y'all want to talk to Gustavo, we can get you an email.
Shoot him an email.
Yeah, leave a comment and we'll get you in touch because you could definitely talk lithium.
That's right.
All day with that one.
All right, well, y'all enjoy.
Welcome to the studio. Hello, hello.
Hey.
Thanks for being here today.
Hello.
Very pleased to be here. So
Good.
And we're talking about lithium
We are.
and not the Nirvana song.
That's right.
Did I take your reference? I thought you were going to bring it up.
It's okay. We can't play it, so I'm glad you said it.
you were
Copyrights.
right. There was a song.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what we're here. No, I'm just kidding. Well, to start off, do y'all mind introducing yourselves and a little bit about what you do here at NOV?
Sure. So I'm Lauren Lopez. I'm a business development manager for NOV Fiberglass Systems, and I focus on our energy transition sectors, lithium being one, amongst a couple other industries, but mostly energy transition.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Gustavo Escobar. I come from Chile. I'm the sales manager for the Fibra. That's a Chilean brand for fiberglass systems.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you both for being here. This is really great.
Absolutely. And fiberglass, I mean, as we've learned, we've had a couple other conversations about different areas. It's very diverse, as I'm learning.
Yeah.
It's kind of got a hand in everything. And specifically in the lithium kind of world, can y'all talk a little bit about where does fiberglass come into play? How are we involved in that space?
Please, Lauren first.
You.
ladies.
Yes,
of course.
Why don't you go ahead?
So, as Fibra, we have a long story with lithium because we were involved since the beginning with two small companies that started with lithium about 30 years ago. There was two Chilean companies. One was called Sokimich that changed name. Now it's known as SQM. That's the second largest player in the lithium world right now with Albemarle. And the other company was called Sociedad Chilena de Litio that was sold to Albemarle. So we have the two main players involved in Chile. What's different from the U.S. lithium extraction process than from Chile is that all the brine or the lithium is extracted from salted seas. They're called salares in Chile. And both companies, they have the sites and the production over this salted sea that's called the Salar de Atacama. Salar de Atacama has the highest purity in concentration of lithium. So when electromobility came, they really grew up with huge plants. And which is the difference? Mainly because they extract the brine from the underground with water. They take off the water just by evaporation through some ponds, but that's a long process and then takes almost 12 to 24 months to get the water off. And after that, when you get the dry brine, they move this dry brine to another part what is called the chemical plant. And there's where we have our stronger equipment installed. We've been involved mainly with these two players for a long time ago, manufacturing tanks with some of them with oversized diameters, and piping, fittings, and some settlers, of course, when we get some separating.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought of, because I think here we mine for lithium. I wouldn't have thought of like it's an evaporative process to get the same product, but and you're saying it's very the purity of it is very good. Does it come from like? I'm just curious. Is it from the ocean? Is it from like an underground aquifer? Like where does the water come from?
No, the water that we have underground, under the salted seas come from the mountains.
Oh, okay.
Through the mountains, through rains or whatever, some snow. They come through the ground, and they come to, and this formed long ago this salted seas, and the water is under these salted seas.
Oh, wow.
This is different than in the U.S.
Right.
where you find the lithium problem in rocks.
Right.
And that's a different process. We just take, not we, well, the lithium company, we just take this brine solution and get the water off, and then
that's fascinating.
with this brine, we go through chemicals, and on this one, we're going to be present in all the chemical process to get the final separation and go. What is the final product? As carbonate, lithium carbonate. That's the product that you sell. That's the
and outside of South America, I mean, you mentioned the evaporation ponds, and there are brines, you know, in the U.S., for example, whether it be, you know, coming from a geothermal plant, for example, that have mineral-rich contents in them. So now you're seeing even some geothermal plants adapting a lithium extraction on the back end, you know, before they reinject
before they get rid of it or waste it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, any sort of brine has the, I wouldn't say every brine has the potential, but there are, you know, mineral-rich brines out there, you know, whether it be from produced water, even from oil and gas, that has potential in some areas. So,
cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, and I heard kind of a one of the only things I've prior to all these discussions had known about FGS is the tanks, and I had heard you mention tanks. Can y'all talk a little bit about where does that come into play? Are there any limitations to? I think it's specifically field assembled tanks, right?
Yeah.
In the space.
Yeah,
Can y'all share a little bit?
He mentioned the oversized tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have many different tanks, from standard tanks that were fabricated at the shop and just being transported to the site. And also there are a lot of oversized tanks. When I talk about oversized tanks, I'm talking about more than 3.5 meters diameter. Why do I mention that 3.5 meters diameter? Because over that, it requires a lot of different escorts, police escorts, and that's really expensive for transportation to the site. So there are different methods of manufacturing these oversized tanks. One of them, it's like manufacturing the shells at the shop with some special kind of resins or with some addition of elastomers to have a more flexible shell. So that's carried as not as an oversized transport, and you just get it to the field and assemble over there. So at the field, you put all the nozzles, the manholes, the tops, and the bottoms. And the other alternative is to carry a vertical winder and manufacture these big tanks at the site.
Wow.
And we're talking of diameters 8 or 9 meters and over that.
Yeah. Wow.
You can make them also as ablated shells, but even if we're talking about a tank with a 9 or 10 or 11 meters diameter, of course, if you compress it, you're still going to be an oversized transportation. So that it's better probably if you have several tanks to install that this kind of machines, the vertical winders, it's more or less expensive to make that installation at the site and manufacture this kind of tanks at the site.
Right.
We have done all of that. And of course, all the kind of piping and fittings to all the installations. So
Yeah, I remember when I first started learning about all of the tanks and what we can do on the field construction side, and you see these pictures of these massive shell sections, as Gustavo described, and they squeeze them down, they put them in a shipping frame, and then they bring them back out and they field assemble, or even the field winding, where I think the largest one was, 120 feet? And it's just incredible seeing, you know, this equipment being deployed on site, and when it gets going, and all of the photos and case histories. I mean, I remember being blown away. It was
you know, fiberglass has a lot of experience in this kind of tanks. So, there's a plant in Ayuca in Mississippi, one of the fiberglass plants that specializes in they have 2 huge vertical winders that they carry them to the site, or they manufacture those tanks at the plant, and then through barges they carry this big size tank. They have the record, I guess. I've seen the picture. I've been several times in that plant, and they have a lot of pictures of tanks that are unbelievable, really. Tanks of that size really is amazing.
And it's
Yeah.
worth noting, I mean, that's a pretty challenging thing to undertake for a fiberglass fabricator. So this is a really special and talented group of field construction individuals who are a part of NOV and a part of FGS that make these tanks kind of literally come to life on
Yeah.
site.
Right.
It's really cool.
And I think even on the consumer side, I mean, the worst is being on the freeway and suddenly one of those oversized
Oh, yeah.
things, and you're like, how long do I have to be behind this? So anything to get less of those on the road.
But if I see a fiberglass shell going down the road, I'm going to start clapping.
Yeah.
because-
yes,
Yes.
then I wouldn't mind.
yeah.
Right.
That's awesome. And I love seeing the like human excitement, like that y'all are actually really excited and passionate. It's not just like, we do this thing. It's like y'all are excited about it as well. It makes me excited about it. I think it would make the viewers excited. But that was kind of what I also wanted to ask is, in the world of lithium, is there anything else? Like what excites y'all the most about lithium?
Yeah, I think some of the direct lithium extraction technologies that are coming out and starting to mature, that's a really exciting space to watch. And really, it's a great opportunity for us because the fiberglass material is really perfectly suited to handle corrosive
I was about to
brine.
say,
I mean,
there's a
it's-
brine. If it's a
Exactly.
brine, it's
So
going to be corrosive
it's
probably.
just
So
like a literal match made in heaven,
Uh-huh.
if you will. I'm like, if this is a market that, is best suited for fiberglass,
Right.
it's just, it's exciting. So we're really fortunate to have been able to participate in some demonstration plants, some pilot plants in that space, and we're looking forward to that commercial scale development starting to take shape. But yeah, I don't know if Gustavo has anything else that excites him, but the DLE space for me is definitely exciting.
Well, I'm really excited about the moment that we're living right now with this industry. We only have Albemarle and SQM at this moment, but we have a lot of other projects. And besides that, we have Argentina. We're living in what's called the Lithium Triangle. That means Chile, Argentina, and Bolivia.
the
Bolivia is
lithium triangle.
the Lithium Triangle.
I've never heard of it.
Well, that's the place with the main lithium reservation of the whole world.
Come on.
Well,
No relation to Bermuda Triangle.
So in Argentina, for example, they're talking about 53 new projects for lithium plants.
Wow.
And in Chile, we're talking about 20 new projects coming. They have to put some things in order concerning to the rules and the concessions.
Yeah,
but that's the future. And with new technologies, well, and we are living in that place. And we have all our products for that, for
Yeah.
this kind of industry.
Right.
And just to add, for example, I was talking to Laura before, and for example, these lithium plants, they require a lot of water. And some of these projects also, they come with a desalination plant project. And that's huge. And that means a lot of equipment and piping coming from our company,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So this is the moment to be there.
Yeah,
This is
no
the moment.
kidding.
I'm absolutely excited about the future that we have, and all our team is really excited and looking forward for the next future that
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
facing. Really,
No doubt. I'm going to be a nerd and answer my own question. Just from talking to y'all, what I think what excites me about lithium is kind of what you were mentioning, which is that this isn't new for us. Like, we have a history in this space, or with FGS, we have that knowledge. So it's applying that towards the future and just like being the experts. I think that's really cool, really exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's always nice to draw on experience.
Yeah.
But I mean, these are applications that are very, again, well suited for what we do. I mean, again, it's that perfect match.
I love it. Thank y'all once again so much for coming on to the studio.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot.
thanks for having us. Really pleased to be here. So, and I'm sorry, I'm so excited to talk about this.
You don't have to
I love
apologize.
it. Yeah, that's what we want. That's exciting. Awesome.
Great. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.